hearing something to my left. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, well, what happened was we moved in, so we were renovating this house, we're still over there, so me and her, she was 2 at the time, we'd come over and I'd paint and do stuff, and she would just sit at that window and say she wanted to go home. She was adamant she did not want to be in this house. And then, so we moved in, and one day, this hut here was over here, and there was a chair here like that, and we were sitting in the chair, and she was on my lap, and she started freaking out, and we had hornets in the house at the time, so I thought she got stung. I mean, she was like shaking, hyperventilating, crying, pointing like in this direction, and then finally, like 10 minutes after her crying and stuff, she was saying, there's a lady, and she was pointing over this way, and she never, at that age, she always called everyone girls, like, if there was, that was the first time I've ever heard her say lady before. And then she described what she looked like, that she had like long black hair, and it was like in front of her face, and she was scary looking, and she told everyone the same story. She never changed her story. She just kept saying that there was a lady with long black hair, and she was mean looking. And
and she didn't know colors at the time.
Yeah.
She said black hair. Well, she didn't know her colors. That was really young.
Wow.
She definitely would never change. That was the weird thing to me, was she didn't change her story. And then slowly things started happening. Like, we thought maybe it was just like an imaginary friend, or she just didn't want to live here. She wanted to go back to the other house. But then she would be like playing, and she'd stop, and she would be like, no, was talking to something that was there, and like back up or run away, or like the lights. We could never keep any ceiling light on. This one, the bedroom or the bathroom, they blow. We put a light bulb in, they blow. So we thought, oh, maybe it's a generator, because we live off generator. And we got lamps that plug in, and then the same thing would happen. One time I was doing my hair, and the lamps, they were the push ones that you push the button. Well, the 2 lamps shut off, and my blow dryer shut off. So I come to the door, because I thought it was a generator, and I was going to go check the generator, and as soon as I grabbed the doorknob, I heard click, click, the lights came back on, and my blow dryer was on. So it was like, I started noticing stuff, but he never did. So he's like, oh, it was one night. Our bedroom used to be upstairs, and all the kids were in this downstairs bedroom, and we had 2 other kids, but they weren't here at the time. It was these 2. And yeah, he didn't know, he was sleeping, but I kept hearing him talk in his sleep, and I heard like a big noise, like something was thrown. So I come downstairs, and they had like a Furby, those little kid toys that are pretty heavy, and it was thrown off from the shelf on the floor. And of course, we don't have power at night, so I had a flashlight, and I checked on the kids, and they were both covered up. But he wasn't. He was like accordion style, uncovered. Blankets were over his feet, which I thought very bad.
Yeah. Well, at the time, I was picking the neighbor up something in the house this morning. And Charlie and shit, we didn't even make it to the gas station. My phone rang.
I had
We need to
heard.
come out.
Yeah, we had a big pile of sheetrock down here because we were doing the walls. And there was a chair that I purposely had set in a certain way because the kids kept running around the sheetrock, so I had it set so they couldn't. And I was hearing something, and I had to fill the wood stove, and I called him, and I'm like, there's something downstairs walking around, like you could hear just this, like, we used to hear, like, banging noises, but you couldn't tell where they were coming from, but they were in the house. I mean, just constant banging, pounding everywhere. And I had them two in bed with me upstairs, because they were freaking out. So I was on the phone with him, come down to fill the wood stove, and I knew there was something over here, and when I peeked around the corner, the chair was in the air, and it flipped down onto the ground. So I, like, ran, like, this way, and when I started to go back up the stairs, the lady was standing right there, and it was exactly what she described.
So you've seen her?
I've seen her just that one time, and she was standing there, like, blocking the stairs, so I started to come back, and when I hit this, actually, and when I did, I looked over here, and that hutch was right there, and she was in front of the hutch, and she was, like pointing, like, a down, but she was clear as day, like, it didn't look, it was weird. It didn't look like, I guess, see-through-y, or it looked like a solid person standing there, so I freaked out, and I was, like, freaking out, and he had to come home, and, so that
explain that to the boss. Switch off batteries. See. Switch off batteries. See. Nice. Homeowner to the rescue. Nice. Homeowner to the rescue.
Berta, if you're here with us, just make a noise, make a sound, say something. Speak with us. We're here to help.
Your husband was clearly a horrible person.
It's good to hear that.
Is there anything you'd like to say? Is there anything you'd like to say? Is there anything you'd like to say? Is there anybody here with us? Is there anybody that would like to say anything? We thought we just heard you. Are you trying to communicate with us?
Yo.
Do you hear that?
I keep seeing shit right there, running across, back and forth.
G, are you trying to communicate with us?
Yo.
Do you hear that?
I keep seeing shit right there, running across, back and forth.
G, are you trying to communicate with us?
Yo.
Do you hear that?
I keep seeing shit right there, running across, back and forth.
They've accepted you here, and they have no problem with you being here. In fact, they said that their daughter likes to play with you. I get goosebumps right now.
Bad chills up the back of my spine. It's cold.
again, we don't mean any disrespect, Roberta. We're trying to find answers to the family. At first you scared them, but they've accepted you here, and they have no problem you being here. In fact, they said that their daughter likes to play with you. Is that you, Roberta?